Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are taking a look at our new project, a race car 73 Corvette. So this right here is a 1973 Corvette that we picked up that is previously used as a race car, basically for like hill climbing and small timing events and stuff like that. It has a 396 big block out of a 1970 Chevelle, a Muncie 4-speed, and of course some big old meats in the back, plus giant Le Mans racing over fenders. Rides pretty well as the guy already used it for race, but we still got a lot of things that we want to do to it, especially like exterior stuff, because chromes won't get you home. Yellow, if you're mellow, we ain't. And right now it's also running really rich. You can definitely run it on some 91 get it done, but we gotta tune her up, so she's only gonna run on that Hundo Octano. Hey guys, real quick interrupt here. If you don't already have your notifications on this channel, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and put on notifications so you actually see the videos that I upload. I upload almost a video every single week, so don't forget to put on notifications. Let's get on with the regular scheduled program. Well, there ain't nothing to it, guys. Let's shut the hood, get the T-tops off this thing as it's great weather out, and trying to take it for a little test drive. So kind of new to this Corvette thing stuff, so you know, the whole thing with like how suspension is done in this thing, fiberglass body and stuff like that. You know, we're gonna learn a bit here, but basically this is my dad's car and project, so you guys just gonna get a little bit of updates here now and then when we get some upgrades done and, you know, service stuff on it. I'll take it to meet or whatever. Howdy compadres, and welcome back to 2023. It's a new year. I got a lot of parts, as you can see right here, some big boxes and stuff, and we're gonna bring them down to the shop, and today we're gonna, you know, do a little bit of maintenance on the Corvette. Spark plugs. We also got a new carburetor for it that maybe gonna fix up the whole running fat, smoking, diesel looking idle it has and stuff like that. We could fix the old Holly on it, but honestly, I just want to get something new on there that we know works. So we bought a real nice Summit Racing double pumper 750 CFM. Because also the other carburetor was a 650, which is a little bit on the small side for a 396 big block, if you ask me. But hey, each to his own, right? So I'm gonna see if I can pack all this stuff into my car right now, because I don't have a truck or anything right now. I have a little hatchback, and yesterday I picked up a 350 small block that's like inside the little hatchback or whatever, and then I'm gonna have to put all this stuff in too, so that's gonna be interesting. Let's see if I can fit it somehow, maybe. So we got all the things in, but I'm not gonna lie, the car is really sacking the rear, and already now just going, I don't know, 100 feet out of the driveway, it is rubbing kind of bad on the tires, but you don't have to worry about overloading your little 1.6 liter Japanese made in the 90s car, you know. You don't have to worry. So anyway, I'm gonna head down, I was about to say, but you guys were heading down. Holy shit, you okay there? Dang. I'll see you in the shop. So this is where the Corvette has been in hibernation for the last few months. So the big old chrome wheels have been sold. A lot of stickers and stuff has been removed on it. Let's be honest, it looked kind of cringe, you know. And so right now it's sitting on some American Racing Torque Thrust D's, I think. Cool big top tires and stuff like that. That's just to roll it around, because pretty much both tires are leaking in the rear. And right now it has a spare 14-inch rim up there that I don't know, not even 20 inches in the rolling diameter. So it looks kind of odd and stuff, but it can roll around and get around. So we got a lot of interior stuff that we got to do on this car. It was really like a bad mate once they used it for time trial and stuff. Like the door panel here is made out of cardboard and duct tape. Like, I'm not even kidding, take a look. That's the quality of the interior we're talking about right here. So what I'm gonna do now is take the old carburetor off, and then I'm probably also gonna change the spark plugs, and we should probably do an oil change and filter, but I don't have any oil right now. I do have a filter for it, but I don't know. I guess we're gonna start with the spark plugs and the carburetor to see if we can get this thing to run right again. So let's get to the heart of this thing. The 396 Big Boy. Spark plugs in this thing, it's actually pretty decent. Decent. I would think it was gonna be bad with these 2-inch freaking primary headers and stuff. They're pretty big. Seems like they should be pretty easy. That side might be a debacle with the whole heater box. I don't know. Also, power steering in this thing, all the fluid has leaked out the past few months of the power and whatever. Very terrible setup. I think in the future our plan is when we do the 6-speed swap, then we're also gonna do a rack pinion swap. By the way, the 6-speed, I haven't showed you guys. Usually I would like to run AC Delcos in a GM vehicle, because I heard stories about the new Champions are cheap and apparently failing and stuff. I'm not sure. I don't know. I like Champions. They're old school. I like the packaging. And they were kind of cheap and rock auto, so that's why I chose those. So I'm gonna pull one plug here on the passenger side. That's probably the easiest plug to pull. And I'm just gonna compare it to the new ones to make absolutely sure that we got the right ones. Part vendors nowadays, right? I got so many wrong parts that you have to double check everything yourself. Never throw your old parts out, okay? So there we go, passenger side is done. That was really easy compared to it's a big block in a very small little fiberglass sports car. But it was pretty decent. Last one over here behind the heater box. That was a little tricky, but let's hope it's just as easy on the driver's side, shall we? So let's hope it's not gonna, you know, misfire anything. Otherwise, I guess we gotta go back, make our gap a little bit smaller. But I put them at like 0.8048 or 0.45 or something like that. Not completely 0.50, but you know, should be able to do that when it's an HDI distributor. But over here it's gonna be fun because we have a big old master cylinder in the way, and I would like to convert this car to manual brakes, but apparently that's not so easy on a C3 Corvette, because there's something about like some brackets, pedal arm, the pedal box underneath the car, and that apparently isn't that easy. Would be cool to maybe just bypass the vacuum then, and then put a manual brake cylinder onto the power brake, if you know what I mean. So they're just sitting a manual master cylinder out here, and you're bypassing this, but just using this as a bracket. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I don't know, maybe. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys would do. Could also do a complete hydro boost swap from a C30 pickup truck, but yeah, no. it's a new day. I got a jumpsuit on now because it is real damn cold today. You guys saw we got this thing fired up and it ran real damn great. You could actually like rev it and stuff, and it didn't smoke like black like an old Cummins or whatever like it did before. So this is definitely a big improvement. So last clip you guys saw, we got a few fittings and stuff on the carburetor. There was a fuel fitting that we had to put on to the fuel rail. Also fuel rail to the carburetor. Then we had 3/8 vacuum plug in the rear of like the carburetor housing or whatever. Had to put on some vacuum plugs. And I don't know if there was something else that I did. I'm not really sure. I mean, I slapped the carburetor on there without touching anything. Mixer screws, curb idle screws, nothing. Well, the curb idle screw, I gave it like water turner thing. So it got idle at like 800 RPM or whatever, because it couldn't idle on its own before. Well, barely. It sounded like it had a hog ass cam. So what I'm gonna do now, I think I'm just gonna quick try to fire it up, put a vacuum gauge on it, full vacuum, and check the mixer screws. And if that checks out good, I guess, I think we're gonna leave it here. And then, you know, later on this spring, we're gonna take it for a test drive and see how it performs on the road. You know, if there's any hesitation or if it bogs or, I don't know, runs out of fuel, maybe the fuel pump can't keep up. You never know. But right now, I'm gonna try to fire it up, put a vacuum gauge on it, see if we can dial it in a little bit more. And even here cold, it started pretty easy as well. That's probably not gonna be an issue. We could run like a universal cable or whatever for it, but then we have to figure out a mount place in there, drill a hole in the firewall, and I don't think we're gonna mess with that, you know? We're just gonna have to learn ourselves to do the free pumperoos on an old double carb and hit the old key, you know? Nothing else to it. Let's see if it cranks up today. I do think we have some kind of like charging problem with the generator. I don't know. We'll see if it has some power. Go juice. So these smart chargers and all that, right? They're pretty smart to a somewhat degree, because this thing, right? It's great. You got charging, you got boost on it. You can do standard batteries, AGM, gel batteries, change how many amps it's gonna charge with and all that. But if you have a battery that like completely died, not enough like voltage, I think it's like under 9 voltage or whatever, right? Then this thing can register that there is a battery and then it won't charge. How dumb is that? So I have to put a battery right here that has 11 volts to trick this thing into think there's over 9 volts. So this thing can do a little trickle charge on this battery. I mean, the world is getting smarter, but in a lot of ways, it's getting pretty dumb too, if you ask me. I gave it 2 pumps. Hit the road. These goddamn chargers. And I'm not talking about the Mopar B-bodies, okay? Dang, I like those. Actually, I really like those, dang. God dang it, freaking 175 bucks for this piece of crap. What you need right here, guys, a vacuum gauge and a vacuum hose. So right now it has around like 15 vacuum. So let's see if we can get more out of it. It's still cold, by the way. That was a weird sound. Anyway, it really has that nice double pumper carburetor whine or whatever, you know what I mean? Like when you floor that thing, it's like, oh! Yeah, that's not the sound. And anyway, it does that. I think we got a little bit over 15 inches of vacuum, like 16 maybe. Yes, 16 or whatever. Next thing I think I want to try to mess around with this thing is ignition. You know, we want to get to like, I don't know, 34, 36 degrees total, and mechanical ignition or whatever. Get all the power out of this thing as we can and still keep it safe. I really want to invest in an AFR gauge, especially after seeing the Craig 99's video, right? Where he blew up his truck, because that sucked, you know? I don't want to see more of this build series where we pretty much take almost a stock Corvette and turn it into like a pro touring. It's gonna be a pro touring car, but with the looks and vibe and like style of a 60s Le Mans race car, you know what I mean? So don't worry, this is not gonna be some like big 18, 19 inch wheel build. No, ain't gonna happen. We're gonna keep it old school over here. Comment down below, leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to put on post notifications. A lot of my subscribers are not seeing my videos, and I even got comments and messages about like, do you even upload anymore? Yeah, I do. Just put on the notifications. So if you already are subscribed, hit the subscribe button and put on post notifications.